Hello, friends. Happy Friday. It is Friday. I did have to check a calendar, and it is May 8th, but it is Friday. My name's KJ Hamus. Namaste to you all. I'm really excited to be here with you for this Slow Flow plus Yin class as we start to get settled in. And you're new to this practice, welcome. And grab a couple of props if you need them. So a blanket, a couple of yoga blocks if you have them, or anything yoga block equivalent. So some books or board games, or maybe small animals want to, have you put their hands on them. I don't know. And then I always recommend at least a pillow of some size. You can see mine right over there. So I'm, again, really excited to have you here on this Friday. I don't know about you, but this past week has just been a little rocky. There was a water feature discovered in our house, which was oh so exciting. Which we have since taken care of, but it's just kind of been that kind of week where you look up and you're like, why is that happening? So really let this practice be about you and what you need, and giving yourself permission to start to go inward and just really tap into what's already inside and what feels good. If what feels good is a 75-minute savasana, please do that. You are the authority in your body. You decide what feels best for you. If you are new to this practice, just a couple of things to note. We will start with a meditation and a centering, and then we'll move through a very, hopefully, gentle yoga flow just to kind of open up the body and loosen it up. And then we'll spend the latter half of class in yin poses. And yin is a practice where we will hold shapes anywhere between 3 to longer minutes. And I'll always give you an indication of what those longer minutes are, so you know we're going to be in the pose. We're holding the shape so we can use gravity to open up the fascia to get into the connective tissue. And what that means is we're not forcing ourselves to go to the very end. We're going to use our breath so we can ease into the shapes and really see what's there. So with all that said, turn off your cell phone. Just a quick check. I use my cell phone for time. So there's you can all check me. It's just a timer. When we get to the yin portions of class, I promise I'm not checking my email. So tonight, as we get settled in, we're going to find a comfortable seat on our mat, whether that's on a block, on a blanket, or just anything that feels good. And as we start to come in, let's take a moment just to acknowledge the yoga practitioners and teachers who've come before us, who helped us get to this point, and to remind ourselves and to draw on the fact that yoga is an ancient practice that stems from ancient India and is a practice of liberation and freedom. So I'll gently ring the bell to draw us in. Begin by taking a deep, slow breath in through the nose. And exhale, open the mouth, sigh it out, let it go. A deep, slow breath in through the nose. And exhale, open the mouth, sigh it out, let it go. One final time, full breath in. And exhale, sigh it out. Orienting yourself in space and time. The space being here and the time being now. And so giving yourself permission to be here for the next 75 minutes. To tuning into the senses, to tuning into the body. So you can start to understand what your yoga is today and what you need. And creating that connection with the energy and with the earth around us, take your peace fingers and just rest them gently on the mat to feel that additional connection. So as you do that, start to notice your sit bones on the ground or on the blanket or block, your thighs, your feet, and even your fingertips. Tuning into the senses, so noticing the taste in the mouth, the smell through the nose, the feel of the clothing as it wraps around your body, and then starting to draw that inward to feel the weight of the muscles on the bone and the weight of the bones. Using your sight to hear what's going on inside, the beat of the heart, the gentle flow and hum of the blood as it moves throughout. And then our vision softens from the outside world, the light around us, to the internal. Just take a moment here just to see what's happening inside. Don't change anything, don't control anything, don't judge anything. Just notice, observe. How are you showing up today? It does not have to be happy and perky, because our practice is about working with where we're at in this moment, meeting ourselves in that moment. So be honest with yourself. Give yourself permission to feel what you're feeling. Begin to bring a gentle awareness to the breath. As you receive the breath in through the nose, let the breath flow all the way down, traveling along the spine, past the belly button, to the pelvic floor. And as you feel that breath in, you'll expand just gently through the belly, the back, and the ribs. And as you breathe out, feel the breath travel from the root all the way back up through the nose. Might even feel good to have the breath leave through the heart space. Maybe you're feeling you want to send a little bit more compassion into the world. Or by breathing through the heart space, you're able to show a little bit more compassion and love for yourself this evening. With each breath, start to allow yourself to be more open to the energy around you. With our hands on the ground, we feel the energy from the earth as it moves through the body. We feel that connection, feeling that support. And as you continue to breathe in and out, you're going to notice that energy even on a deeper level. So start to tap into the little river, the nadis, the energy channels inside the body. And feel the energy all the way down to the tiniest cell move and flow. What happens when you take that observation? What do you notice? You start to open yourself up to the possibilities of what your practice can be, but not necessarily being tied to the results, just being open to see what happens. You continue to focus in here, inhaling the mantra Sat Nam, exhaling the mantra Sat Nam. Sat Nam means I am. What does that phrase mean for you? Let it go beyond superficial and let it get deep into the soul. What is your truth? Who are you? And where are you at today? Thoughts begin to come in as we try and quiet the mind chatter from the outside world, from things that is there to distract us. Simply take a moment to say no thank you and just place it off to the side. As you continue throughout your practice, continue this exploration of Sat Nam in each and every shape that we make, letting the breath be your guide. On our next inhale, let's reach our arms up overhead. Gaze can follow the thumbs. As you exhale, twist over to the right. Left hand comes to the right knee, left hand comes behind, right hand comes to, left hand comes to the right knee, right hand comes behind you. We'll sit up nice and tall. You can always place your back hand on the block. Deep breath in and deep breath out. This is one of my favorite shoulder opening, chest opening movements. So you've probably seen it a couple times if you've taken class with me. As you inhale, reach your back hand up. And then as you exhale, place it down on the opposite knee. Hands are crisscross in front of you. Start with a big hug today. Inhale, reach up, look up, big hug. Exhale, round back, down. This time as you inhale, reach up, look. Exhale, let's take our twist to the other side. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. Sitting up nice and tall. Maybe the eyes are closed if you're familiar with this little flow. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. On your next inhale, take your back hand, reach it up and over. And then exhale, gently set it down. Big hug again. Inhale, reach up, really open up. Exhale, round the back, dome. And we're going to flow that. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, sets it down. This time, big hug or eagle arms. Hands one underneath the other, palms touch. Exhale, round, dome it. Gently with the breath, inhale, reach up. And twist as you exhale. Inhale, back hand up and over. Exhale, sets it down. Eagle hands or big hug. Inhale, lift. And exhale, flow. Let's keep moving here with your breath. Slow and gentle. Notice what happens as the shape just becomes muscle memory. And you can really use the breath. We're not tapping into ujjayi. We're just finding a gentle, soft breath in and out through the nose and letting our awareness rest there. So what happens in the body and in the mind when you add this gentle movement with the focus on the breath? The movements are just tools to create more space for breath. So we can find a bit more stillness and meditation. We're going to take 2 more full rounds. Nice and slow. Inhale, Sat Nam. Exhale, Sat Nam. Again, the movement, it becomes secondary. Coming up on your last time here. If you're moving a little bit faster than me, that's okay. You'll just meet in a comfortable seat once again. Closing the eyes. Keeping the senses drawing inward. Just checking back in with yourself. Just taking a moment to pause. Notice the flow of energy and notice how you feel. In your next inhale, clasp your hands behind your back, making a fist with the hands. As you exhale, draw the fist over to the right side. Tuck your right elbow back as far as it wants to go. So we're going to start to feel an opening across the front side of the body. I'll just turn back or to the side so you can see me a little bit more. My fists are tucked on my right hip and my right elbow is drawing back. Doesn't have to go back super far. Let's take a breath in and come through center and exhale, switch sides. So go bring your clasped hands over to the left hip. Draw that left elbow back. Try not to draw the left shoulder up. Keep it down. Keep the shoulders level. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. One more inhale. Exhale. As you inhale, reach both arms up overhead. Feel as if your fingertips are reaching up toward the ceiling. And then as you exhale, roll forward, coming into your tabletop shape. Let's stack shoulders over the wrists and hips over the knees. As you inhale, sweep your left arm up to the sky. Gaze will follow the thumbs. As you exhale, draw the left hand underneath the right. Thread the needle, but don't set it down. Inhale, slowly reach up, look up. Exhale, draw it under. Last time, inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, thread the needle. Go ahead and set it down this time. Right hand can reach nice and long. Bring your cheek down to the mat if that feels good. Keep the hips lifted above the knees. Again, you can extend through the right hand, or if it feels good, if it's in your practice, go ahead and take the half bind. Reaching around the right hand for the left hip crease. Or in my case, my pocket, just because that's where the pants are at. Let's breathe here. Take one more deep, slow breath in. And a deep, slow breath out. As you inhale, plant the right hand, reach the left arm up to the sky. Maybe you open up a little bit more. And exhale, set it back down. Moving on, inhale, right arm reaches up, gaze up, look up. Exhale, thread the needle, draw it under. Inhale, come back. Really open up the heart. Exhale, draw it under. Last time, inhale, reach up. And then exhale, draw the hand under. So your right hand comes under, left hand can extend. Hips are lifted above the knees. Keep the extension of the left hand and draw the hand toward the right hip. Up to you. Any variations that I offer tonight are just that. They're just options, just variations. Take where you're at. Stay with where you can breathe. Maybe we need to breathe through the challenge if the breath is flowing easily or somewhat easily, but we don't want the breath to be stifled. So think about that. Think about where you're drawing your strength from tonight in each and every shape. Let's take one more full breath here. And a full breath out. As you inhale, plant the left hand underneath the shoulder, lift the right arm up, look up. Exhale, set it back down. Curling the toes under, let's lift the knees to hover half an inch. Press through the hands, so feel that connection to the earth. Nice long spine, but you're rounding a little bit through the shoulders. Breathe here for 5. Use your core, your center, your point of strength. 3, 2. Slowly, as you exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Widen your down dog. Bringing feet about hips width distance apart. And pause here for just 2 rounds of breath. Take a moment to check back in. We're so used to moving so fast and just adding an extra movement. We don't give ourselves an opportunity to stop and just go, hey, what do I need right here? If after those 2 breaths, movement calls to you, please take that movement. Take it mindfully as you move with each and every breath. Inhale, Satnam. Exhale, Satnam. Working to open up the backside of the body, lengthening through the spine. You might even bend the knees here so you can lift the hips high and find that spinal length. You can stay with bent knees or you can straighten them once again, up to you. One more, inhale. Exhale. As you inhale, look between the hands, bend through the knees. Then on your exhale, walk the feet outside the hands, coming into Malasana, Yogi Squat. So sitting up nice and tall here. Feel the tailbone tuck down. So the energy, the line of energy from the crown of the head all the way down to the root is still intact. Always feel free to sit up on a block here or even come up a little bit. We want to keep heels on the ground. Find one soft point for your gaze or close your eyes. Let's breathe here. Can you tap back in? So even as the shape is difficult, where are you drawing your strength from? Use your breath. For 3, 2, and 1. As you inhale, plant your hands. As you exhale, very, very slowly, start to find your forward fold. Heel toe your feet to hips width distance apart, roughly 2 fists width. And give yourself a generous bend in the knees. Rock back and forth and side to side. And this time, keep your hands on the ground. It may just be the fingertips. It may be the full hand. It's up to you. Or it could just be your peace fingers. Feel that connection to the earth. Let the energy from the earth support you. As we continue to open up the body, let's take one more breath in here. And breath out. Very slowly, as you inhale, roll up one vertebra at a time. Knees are the very last thing to straighten, as the head is the very last thing to stack on top of the body, meaning in Tadasana, mountain pose. Pause here for just a moment and notice how you feel. Keep the ribs together, tuck the tailbone down, crown of the head reaches up to the sky. We're going to take a few half sun eggs just to invite the breath and a bit more with movement. As you inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, foot the flat back, bow low. Bent knees is great. Inhale, lengthen, hands on the ground, or hands come to the shins, crown of head forward, hips back. Exhale, fold. With rounded back, inhale, reach up, look up. And exhale, take it back down, nice and slow. Inhale, lengthen. If the hands are on the shins, feel the connection to the earth with the feet. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up, root to rise, and fold. 3 more times, moving at your pace, slow and steady. As you know the movement, maybe you close the eyes, focus on the breath. What do you notice opening or becoming available from the shape? How is the breath moving? Is the mind becoming a bit more still? After you've completed your 5th round, We'll all meet in mountain pose. From here, bringing your hands to prayer position. Inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, bring the thumbs in between the eyebrows to the lips. And as you fold, draw the hands all the way down to the ground. On your next inhale, let's step our right foot back, drop the knee, and reach up. Anjaneyasana. Lift the hands up. Press the hips forward. Breathe. If the gaze is going to come up, try not to crunch the neck. So you might move your hands up so you can see the thumbs, or you might look through the eyebrows. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, hands at prayer. Exhale, brow, lips down to the earth. Step back, downward facing dog. That was all on one exhale. So slow and steady wins the race. Inhale, come into a tabletop shape. Softly drop the knees. And exhale, sit back, child's pose. Pause here for a few breaths. On your next inhale, as you inhale, lift up onto the knees. Arms will reach up. Sit up nice and tall. Bringing your hands to your prayer position. Exhale, sink back, child's pose with the hands, the thumbs at the nape of the neck. Full breaths in. Full breaths out. As you inhale, slither your way forward to a baby cobra or upward facing dog. And as you exhale, uncurl the toes, downward facing dog. Breathing here. Full breaths in. Full breaths out. Big toes to touch. Inhale, float left leg to the sky. Exhale, quietly step the left foot forward. Drop the back knee. Once again, inhale, reach up, look up. Anjaneyasana, hold and breathe. Bringing your hands together at prayer position. Inhale. Exhale, brow, lips. Hands plant as you come into your forward fold. On your inhale, root to rise, reach, look up. And exhale, brow, lips, and your heart space. Let's do that on the other side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, thumbs to brow, lips, as you fold all the way down. As we inhale, we're going to step our left foot back, drop the and reach up. Anjaneyasana this side. Uncurl the back toes. Send the hips forward. And gaze will come up without compromising the neck. Let the shoulders, so don't shrug them up to the ears. They're going to move a little bit. Find the breath. Inhale, hands to prayer. Exhale, brow, lips, the earth as you step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, gently come forward to a tabletop shape. And exhale, sink back, child's pose. As you inhale, reach up, lift up onto the knees, arms reach up, Bali pose. Exhale, hands come to prayer, bring the thumbs to the nape of the neck as you sink back, child's pose. Feeling a stretch along the triceps, Maybe just a gentle opening of the shoulders. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. As you inhale, slither forward to your baby cobra or upward facing dog. And as you exhale, find your downward facing dog. Slow and gentle, deep breath in and a deep breath out. Big toes to touch. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, quietly step the right foot in between the hands. Drop the back knee. Inhale, lift up once again. Anjaneyasana. Breathing here. Close the eyes. Inhale your hands to prayer position. Exhale, brow, lips, earth to forward fold. Inhale, reach up, look up, and exhale, brow, lips, heart center. Pause for a moment. Check back in with yourself. Notice how you feel. As you're ready, inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Sit the hips back. Weight is in the heels. So breathing here, I'm gonna come to center so you can see me a little bit better. Maybe you find a slight smile here in this shape. Where's your energy flowing? Crown of head all the way down. More importantly, as we inhale, bring our hands to our heart space. As we exhale, let's twist over to the right. So you may hook your left elbow over the right knee and bring your hands to the center of your chest. Consider taking the top elbow down. See what that does. Both knees are bent. And take a look at your knees. Are they doing the same thing? They might try and be different. And you're like, no, this one I need you to do the same. So draw them back together and sit the weight down. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. As you inhale, come back through center, hands stay at prayer. Exhale, go ahead and twist. So your legs might be burning now. We're not focusing on the burning, we're focusing on the breath. So if you need to come out of it for a beat, do so. But always check in with the breath. Can you tap into a little bit more strength? What do you really need here in this moment? We'll take one more deep breath in, deep breath out. As you inhale, come back through center. As you exhale, step the right foot over to the side, meeting in a goddess squat. So I like to think of a goddess squat as a place of strength. It's a shape of strength. And we're going to use it as such. So make sure knees are pointed directly over the toe. Straighten the legs for a beat. And then sink right back into it. Let's bring our hands behind us, opening up the heart. Inhale. As you exhale, left elbow to left thigh. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, right elbow down. Two more. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. Exhale. As you inhale, come up nice and tall, star pose. Ooh, there's that relief. And then as you exhale, let's triangle pose to the left side. So in our triangle pose, keep the crown of the head forward. Send your hips back. Press the hips down toward your right heel. Rest the hand lightly, either on a block or just touch it out back on the leg. You want to make sure you're not crunching into the side body. So if you're really having to strain and you're crunching that down, lift up. Send the length forward. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Feeling that QL muscle stretch. One more. Breath in, breath out. Look about 6 inches in front of you, and you may want to block here. We're going to inhale, come up into a half pose. I love block this one because I find that I'm able to lift out of the side body a bit more and also have a bit more stability. Flex through the back foot, so your right foot, toes are going to reach towards your face, but your heel is pressing back. Gaze can be on the floor, or if it feels okay, gaze can come up. You might even bring your top hand to your right hip. Find your breath, trust yourself. Try not to curse your teacher. I'm looking at my extended family who's watching. On our next inhale, we'll lengthen. As you exhale, slowly rotate the hips that are pointed down to the ground. Bring both hands down, standing half split. Again, great place for your box. Let the head hang nice and heavy. Top leg is going to lift up as you turn both hip points down. Breathe. Can you feel the strength in the standing legs? Feel that connection between the feet and the hands and the earth. As you inhale, lift the leg a little higher. Exhale, we're going to take a Shiva squat, right knee behind left knee, and just hover at the bottom. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, squat. Last time, inhale, lift. And squat as you exhale, and then slowly bring that full leg down so you're in a twisted seat, or your legs are twisted. We're going to bring our left hand behind us. Right arm will reach up. And then exhale, take your twist. So you can stay here, or you can wrap your hand around your leg if you want, going for that hug variation. Find the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Full breath in. And a full breath out. As you inhale, come through center, and you're going to slowly twist around to the other side, but you're going to twist into a goddess squat. Not a goddess squat, just a malasana, a yogi squat. There's so many squats, I don't know them all. So nice and tall. Trust yourself. Deep breaths in, and a deep breath out. On your next inhale, plant your hands. And as you exhale, hinge and fold. Heel toe the feet, hips width distance apart. We're going to bend through the right leg. Keep the right hand on the ground or bring it to a block. And as you exhale, left arm will reach up. Left leg is straight. So twist in the IT band. Twist, stretch in the IT band, twist in the spine. Gaze can come up. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Bend through the left knee, straighten through the right leg. Inhale, right arm, reach up to the sky. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale. Exhale, come back through center. Heel toe the feet a little bit closer together. Weight in the heels. As you inhale, sit back, Utkatasana, chair pose. Bring your hands to your heart space. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, prayer twist to the right. Keep the weight into the hips. Inhale, softly come through center. Exhale, let's prayer twist over to the left. Breathe. Inhale, come through center. Find your chair. As you exhale, step the left foot back. Goddess squat. Same here. Take that moment, inhale, straighten the legs. And as you exhale, find that place of strength in this shape. You may want to come up to the balls of your feet. Your hands behind your head, heels can stay on the ground. Inhale. Exhale to the right. Right elbow, right thigh. Inhale. Exhale, other side. One more round. And lower. Inhale, stand up, star pose, and exhale, triangle pose to that right side. So again, find your length. Send your left hip back toward the left heel. Crown of the head, torso reaching up. Rest the bottom hand lightly on the block or on your thigh. Try not to press into it too much. Lengthen. Find the breath. That's always our North Star, our breath. It's always the thing that's going to keep us centered and grounded. Let's take one more breath in here and breath out. Look about 6 inches in front of you. And on your next inhale, half moon pose. So our back toes are nice and flexed. Top hand, left hand can be reaching toward the hip, or it can be lifting up. Ground down through the right big toe mound. So that inner arch of the foot is the part of the foot that's designed to bear weight. You're just on the outer edge of the foot. That part's supposed to balance, but if it doesn't have anything to bear weight on, your balance is going to be really challenging. We'll take one more breath and really find your length. And as you exhale, slowly and gently, transition so both hands are on the ground, both hip points are pointed down, standing half split. And you can use blocks here to draw the ground closer to you. You can even put a slight bend through the standing leg. Let the neck hang nice and heavy. As you inhale, lift the leg up. Exhale, bow to squat to hover. Inhale, lift. Exhale to hover. Last time, breath in. Breath out. Slowly slide the entire foot down so your knees are crossed. Bring our right hand behind us. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Big hug. Go ahead and bring it on the outside. Full breaths in. And a full breath out. As you inhale, come back through center. Take that little twist as we find our Malasana. Once again, final Malasana. Breathe here. Really just focus on the breath. What do you notice after those shapes? What's going on in the heart space? What's happening with the mind? How are you today? And then very gently start to bring your hands behind you as you inhale. And then exhale, consider the tush all the way down. We're going to take 3 back bends here. So make sure your feet and knees or hips are distance apart. And you can measure that using your thumb and your pinky finger. And then come on down. From here, rest the hands by the sides and draw the heels a little closer in toward the booty. As you inhale, send the heels forward, pressing them into the earth as you lift the hips, bridge pose. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower down. Take a breath in, breath out. As you inhale, lift up once again, nice and slow. Really press the heels forward, feeling that connection with the earth. Hands can stay pressing into the mat, or you can slowly walk the shoulders underneath the body, clasping the hands at the seat. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently lower. Last time here. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, lift up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower down. And take a full body stretch. Deep inhale. Deep Exhale. From your full body stretch, roll over onto your belly. Bringing your arms long by your sides, palms face up. Press the tops of the feet into the earth, forehead on the mat. We're going to strengthen the back here. So as you inhale, just lift the shoulders and the chest off the ground. Really press the tops of the hands into the earth. And breathe here. Neck is nice and long. Look about 6 inches in front of you. Take one more breath in. Use the filling of the lungs to lift up. And exhale very slowly, lower down. Use the muscles, not momentum. Keeping the forehead on the ground, press the tops of the hands into the earth. Inhale, lift the legs, lift the thighs. Squeeze the legs together and breathe. Take one more breath in. And exhale, slowly lower down. So this time as you inhale, lift the chest, lift the thighs off the ground. Maybe the hands come off the ground. Full locust pose. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower down. From here, we're going to come into Sphinx pose, our first yin shape. So a pillow or a bolster or your blanket might feel really good for this. So you bring your hands to an 11. Elbows are going to be underneath the shoulders. We're going to press into the hands. You're going to lift the heart forward. Try not to collapse into the chest. You will feel some compression in the low back here. So how much compression you feel is going to be up to you. So if you'd like more compression, draw the elbows in toward the body. If you'd like a little less, walk them away. Keep the heart shining proud forward. So working into our spine here, particularly into the low back. The vertebra, the disc in between the vertebra tend to get dried out. And so by having this little bit of compression, we're able to move out some of the gunk like you would in a used sponge. So think of your yin shapes tonight as a place to really tap in. So our yang practice help us create more space for the breath. That doesn't necessarily mean our yin shapes are going to be any easier. But we're looking for a place where we can release a bit more. So come back to the mantra, Sat Nam. I am. And as we tap into the deeper layers of the fascia and the connective tissue and the ligaments, let's tap into some other deep layers too, energetically and emotionally. Forgot to mention I have started the clock about halfway through. Got about 2 more minutes left here. For this last minute, I invite you to come into seal pose. You'll press into the hands and straighten the arms. And this is only an invitation. So So might find a deeper stretch on the front side of the body. You will likely find more compression along the low back. Again, it's just an invitation. You can definitely RSVP, no thank you. About 30 seconds left here. What do you notice about your body in this shape? What do you notice about the breath and the mind? So I'll take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Wherever you're at, very slowly, just move any props you have off to the side and gently lower your way down. Use your hands as a pillow here for puddle pose. So puddle is our opportunity just to find a little bit of extra stillness in the body. For us to tap back in, reconnect if we've lost the breath. Maybe notice something new. We'll take one more full breath here. And full breath out. Bring your forehead to your hands. Let the neck become nice and kind of heavy and loose. Then as you inhale, roll your shoulders and your cheek to one side along the hands. So just nice and slow, moving from side to side. Awakening those shoulders a bit more. Try not to force the head along. Try not to force the shoulders along. Just a slow and gentle roll. Take a few more here. And then for our next shape, we're going to come into an open wing. So you're going to stay on your belly. I'm going to try and demonstrate this. I'll have to demonstrate with my feet up, but you'll get the idea. Okay, so you're going to bring your left hand out nice and long and bring your right hand underneath your right shoulder, okay? From here, you're going to roll the body over onto the left shoulder. You might want a block or a pillow for your head so the neck stays nice and long. Knees can come into the chest, or you can straighten through the legs. If you straighten through the legs, ankles can stack one on top of the other. Your right foot can come inside or outside. Or if it feels good in the shoulder and in the lower body, you can create a butterfly. This right hand can stay underneath the shoulder. It can release, or it can come behind you. One thing to be mindful of here is this shoulder joint, your left shoulder joint. So if you're feeling like a lot of pinching, maybe roll forward a little bit, or even consider sticking just a blanket or a sweatshirt or something underneath that to see if that helps. So we're working to open up the front side of the body here. We'll be here for 3 minutes. Timer starting now. So with anything, what do you notice about the body here? Tap back into the breath. Don't worry about control. Just notice the natural rise and fall of the inhale and exhale. Try and let yourself sink into the shape. About 30 seconds left here. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Gently come back through center. Extend your right arm out long in front of you and bend your right knee to a 90-degree angle at your side. From here, thread the left arm underneath the right, and then take the right hand and open up, coming into what I like to call like a half frog twist. Both palms can face up for energy, or feel free to bring the palms down for grounding, depending on where you're at today and what you need. Always place a block underneath the knee. Maybe you tuck a blanket underneath the back. And we don't want to be in pain. Discomfort is different than pain. We're going to use our breath, use the stillness to help us work through that discomfort. And one tool that I've been talking about lately to kind of help through that is a technique that gets out of the sympathetic into the parasympathetic nervous system. So just notice, if you know where I'm going with this, feel free to go there or just ignore me. But if you're new to this and you're like, what's she talking about? Notice where your tongue is at. If it's attached to the roof of the mouth. If it is, let it drop into the bottom of the mouth and rest. As it rests, saliva will begin to pool. And let the tongue sit in that pool for about 10 to 15 seconds before swallowing. What do you notice happen to the body when you do that? About 30 seconds left here. So I'll take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Slowly just bring your way back to center and come onto your belly. Using your hands as a pillow, take a brief puddle pose and just notice how you feel. Let the body regroup, let any energy that's been released redistribute. And then as you're ready, let's extend our right arm out to a half T. Left hand comes underneath the shoulder. As you inhale, you're going to roll open onto the right shoulder. Knees can come into the chest. Knees can come into the chest. You can take that left leg, bring it behind you, in front of you. If it feels good, take a half butterfly. Your left hand can do whatever it needs. Half bind, just release. We're here for 3 minutes. Again, if you notice pinching in the joint, come out of it a little bit to see if that helps, or even consider putting a blanket or a sweatshirt underneath too. It could just be where the joint's making contact with the ground that's making it really uncomfortable. And yes, it is a practice of discomfort. That doesn't mean we want to put ourselves in harm's way. So use props as needed. Put padding underneath things, especially shoulder joints. About 30 seconds left here. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Gently roll your way back to center. Bend the left knee so it's on the ground at a 90-degree angle. Right hand will come underneath the left, and then open up the left side of the body. Breathing here for 3 minutes in this twist. As we start to close out our practice in the shapes, just really tune to how you're feeling. In this shape in particular, just notice the flow of energy. You feel the energy moves through the body, even if it's very subtle. About 30 seconds left here. Let's all take a deep, slow breath in and a deep, slow breath out. Gently just begin to roll yourself onto your belly. Let your hands just come by your sides maybe this time, or use them as a pillow once again if that feels good. And then from here, just slowly transition to a comfortable seat. And feel free to sit up on a block or a blanket as you find that comfortable seat. As we did in the beginning, bring your peace fingers back down to the earth. Just start to draw the senses in again. What do you notice? How do you feel? As you return to the mantra, what meaning does it take for you today? And in this moment, has it changed from the beginning? Let the chant of I am to yourself, Sat Nam, really sink into every layer of your being. Letting the breath to move in and out from the heart. Letting your truth start to come to the surface. And from here, slowly, maybe with the eyes closed, begin to find your way to Savasana, final resting pose. On your back or on your belly. Maybe placing your pillow, your bolster, your blanket underneath your knees. Maybe even something behind your head. If it's behind the head, just let it be very light. Then take a deep, slow breath in as you arrive. And exhale, let it go. You are here. Let the earth hold you up. Let the breath flow freely and easily. Let the mind cease from wandering. And begin to feel the weight of your body on the earth. Invite some gentle movement back into the body by wiggling fingers and toes. And taking your time, begin to slowly transition just to a comfortable seat at the top of the mat. Maybe you roll onto your side during this transition to give yourself a really big hug. Or maybe you get to that comfortable seat and give yourself a big hug. Somewhere in there, give yourself a big hug. And then letting your hands just rest gently on the knees, down for grounding, or up to receive energy. Just pause. Slowly reawakening the senses to the world around you. Knowing that the breath that you've cultivated is always with you. You can tap into it at any point. As we draw our hands at our heart center, take a moment to honor what brought you to your mat. Bowing our heads in a moment of gratitude. Send gratitude and love towards yourself for making time for your practice today, for showing up no matter what it took to get here. And then sending gratitude to those who joined us tonight to create this virtual community in this virtual space. I'm thinking of you all. Wish I could give you all lots of hugs, and I can't wait to see you all very soon. As we lift our thumbs to the space between the eyes, the third eye center, the seat of the intuition. Know everything you need is already inside. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace Peace Peace. Thank you all so very much for practicing with me on this Friday. I hope you have a great weekend and a great rest of your day. Hi, Mom. And I'll see you all hopefully on Sunday for Yin. Bye.